Good day. This is a review of SOL 2010 questions 39 through 42. Now, just as a reminder, you want to try the problems on your own first before actually listening to my solutions. So go ahead and pause so that you have an opportunity to try the problems. Now, what are the range values of the function f of x is equal to negative 3x squared plus 5 for the domain values of negative 2, 0, and 1? First, I'm going to solve this by hand. Now, when they're giving us the domain values, they're really giving us which values? Great, the x values. So we must find f of negative 2, f of 0, and f of 1. Negative 2, 0, and 1. So let's go ahead and do our substitution. So we're going to place our negative 2 in for our x. Be very careful whenever you are substituting in with negatives. Please make sure you always put the value you're substituting in parentheses. Trust me, it makes a difference. So negative 3 times negative 2 squared plus 5. So first you want to do negative 2 squared, which will be positive 4. And negative 3 times 4 is negative 12. And negative 12 plus 5 is negative 7. So guess what? There's only one answer choice here that has a negative 7. So it looks like our answer is choice B. But let's go ahead and actually get our other range values. So for f of 0, we're going to have negative 3 times 0 squared plus 5. So that's negative 3 times 0 plus 5, which is 0 plus 5, which is 5. And there goes that 5. And now we're going to do f of 1. So we have negative 3 times 1 squared plus 5. That's negative 3 times 1 plus 5. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. And negative 3 plus 5 is 2. Yep, our answer is choice B. Now, we also could have solved this in our calculator. So let's go ahead and put this in. So let's go to y equals, clear this out, and type in negative. And again, always make sure you're doing the negative key when you want the negative key and the subtraction key when you want the subtraction. So in this case, I want the negative, so I typed in negative 3x squared plus 5. Now, I want to take a look at my table, but honestly, I really don't want every x value that's out there, because if I hit second graph or second table, I'm getting all these x values. I just want to know about these three, negative 2, 0, and 1. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead to my table setup and tell the calculator to ask me what x values I wanted to plug in. So I hit second table set, which is under window. Go down to your independent. Remember, the independent are your x values. And hit ask. Now when I go to the table, my table is blank, which is great because I get to type in the x values I want, which are negative 2, 0, and 1. So there's our negative 2, our negative 7, our positive 2, and our 5. So that was another option for solving number 39. Now, let's look at question 40. Which of the following tables indicates that x and y vary directly? Now, if x and y vary directly, that means we're dealing with the same constant. So all I need to do is x and y vary directly. So I'm going to take x divided by y, and whatever number I get, I should get that same constant for every x divided by every y. So 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. But 3 divided by 4 is 0.75. That does not vary directly, because very directly I'm going to end up with the same exact constant. Now, for choice G, 1 divided by 1 is 1, but 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. So it's not choice G. Moving on to choice H, 1 divided by 5 is 0.2, 2 divided by 4 is 0.5. It's not choice H, so hopefully it's choice J. 1 divided by 3, let me keep this as a fraction, is 1/3. That's a repeating decimal. 2 divided by 6 will reduce to 1/3. 3 divided by 9 will reduce to 1/3. 4 divided by 12, yay, will also reduce to 1/3. And 5 divided by 15 will also reduce to 1/3. Now, so it looks like our answer is choice J because we got the same constant each time. Now, looking at question 41. Now, the table shows the cost of a 12-inch pizza for a different number of toppings. Now, which equation gives C the cost of a pizza with T toppings? Now, for this one, I could go ahead and start putting my data in and put it under stat and calculate my line. But you know what? This is one of those problems where you can look at it and you could just use logical reasoning to come up with the solution. So let's look at this logically first. Now, you're buying a pizza. Now look at your chart. For no toppings, the cost of the pizza is $15.50. But if I get one topping, the cost is $17.35. And you know, whenever you go to a place that sells pizza, they will charge you a certain amount for each topping. So I just have to figure out, well, exactly how much are you charging me for a topping here? So look at choice A. Choice A is saying, well, the cost of my pizza is going to be $1.85 times the topping. So in other words, you're saying that if I get no toppings, the cost of my pizza should be free. Choice A doesn't make sense. Now for choice B. Choice B is saying, well, it's going to be $17.35 per topping. That's one expensive pizza. Doesn't make sense for this question. Now for choice C. This is saying, hey, my pizza costs $15.50 and then an additional $1.85 per topping. Choice C seems very reasonable. I think the answer is choice C, but look at choice D. This is saying my pizza is going to cost $22.90 and you are going to subtract for every topping I add. That would be nice, but not realistic. So our answer is choice C, just using some logical reasoning. Now, how would you solve this if you wanted to use the calculator? Well, we can go ahead, this is data, and I'm going to go ahead and put it into our list. So I hit stat and enter, and I already have data in, so let's clear that data out. You have an option, go up to list 2, hit clear, then enter, that'll clear that list. Then you'll have to go over to list 1, hit clear, then enter, and clear that list. Or to clear both lists at the same time, you could hit second plus number 4 will allow you to clear all lists. And now when I go back to stat and enter, notice that my lists are now cleared out. So let's go ahead and put our number of toppings into list 1. So we're going to type in 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. And in list 2, we have our total cost of our pie. Just typing in these values. All right, and then just verifying that I typed in my values correctly. This is important, an important step. It looks like it's done correctly. Now, I want to calculate the equation of this line. So to do that, I go back to statistics. I arrow over to calculate, and I want to calculate a line, which is choice 4. And then when I push enter, I get my slope and I get my y-intercept. So the equation for this will be, just go ahead and put this in. So notice it's y is equal to 1.85x plus 15.5, which is equivalent to our choice C. And lastly, moving on to question number 42. Which graph best represents this function? G of x is equal to x minus 2 times x plus 4. One way that you can do this, type it into the calculator and match. Now first, we know that the answer will not be choice H, nor will it be choice J, because we know this is definitely a quadratic function, because the x times the x is going to give us x squared, so the answer has to be choice F or G. So let's just type that in, and then just match it up. So we're typing in exactly as it appears. I'm choosing not to multiply it out. X plus 4. And now when I hit graph, just match it up. And this looks like it is choice F. So our answer for this one is choice F. And that concludes SOL 2010, questions 39 through 42. Have a great day.